I'm one of your hosts here, CEO Haize, and I'm joined by the great one himself, Baylor The Great's in the building. What's going on, B?
Yay.
And we are the number one spot for everything hip-hop and black culture related, and we're about to get into the topics for the day. First up, LL Cool J is having a new album, bro, and this guest list is star-studded. We're talking about guests Eminem, Nas, Fat Joe, Rick Ross, Sweetie. Surprisingly enough, I can't wait to hear what that collab looks like. And the good thing, the crazy thing about this is that all of those artists, except for Fat Joe, who was on a remix with LL Cool J, first time being on a track with LL Cool J. How you feeling about this? LL Cool J coming out with a new album to celebrate hip hop's 50th birthday, but on top of that, it really being kind of a celebration of hip hop. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is just the ones that we know about. But as far as the guest list we know about so far, how you feeling, brother?
Hey, so I'm not gonna hold him to the same standard that I would for another person, because of the content that he has been coming up with since the early '90s, because he shifted into the what would you call a ladies' man, I should say, right? He started to shift into the ladies' man version instead of being that hardcore. And to be fair, he wasn't hardcore he wasn't no gangster rapper or anything like that. But he had that alpha male persona, so to speak. But then it kind of drifted off into I'm just strictly a ladies' man. So I want to hear. Hopefully, he got a track called "Doing It Wild" with Sweetie, the remix, because I'm there for that. Yeah, bro, I did that.
I'm absolutely there for that, bro. Absolutely there for that.
But he need to put me on. He need to put me on. Outside of that, it'd be interesting to see what track he comes up with to rap with Eminem, and if he tries to keep up with that guy, I don't know about that.
See, that's the thing. Like, LL's never been like that type. Like, he don't get me wrong. LL's absolutely had bars. Like, nobody can take away from some of the things that LL's done in his career. But like the multiple double entendre, double syllable, flip that. And he's never been that. So I hope he doesn't. Well, hey, if LL does do it, more power to him. But hey, I'm just excited for it seems like this it's meant to be a celebration of hip hop, and so that's what I'm excited about. Is to listen to it sonically and just hear people that are some of the not forefathers in hip hop, but like some of the bigger names in hip hop. You look at Eminem, Nas, what they've meant to the game. Fat Joe, who I think people really do forget just how much Joe has done in hip hop behind the scenes, as well as like how much he has accomplished. And then Rick Ross. Like, it's just, I'm excited about all of it, bro. All of it.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how it sounds. Especially a track with him and Rick Ross.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of bragging that's about to go.
So the thing that we don't know about this album yet, at least as far as what I've seen, is production. Do you think that we get surprised? Do we think we get a surprise like a Hit Boy, a Dr. Dre? Do we think we get some star-studded producers also popping up on this album?
You would think so, because we have obviously with Nas, you know what I'm saying, and some of our older artists, they're back in touch with some of the younger generation. So I would assume so. You know what I mean? I would assume someone got in his ear like, maybe you need to grab some of these young producers, but I wouldn't be surprised if he kept a couple of older cats on there,
Yeah, I mean, we'll see, man. I think and we got to have the LL Rick Rubin collaboration, right? Rick Rubin got to be on this track at some point in time.
Yeah, because I would love to. LL, like, trust me, you gotta holler at me. I got the vision. If we had Hit Boy flip that I Need Love, I think that would sound crazy. Give me I Need Love, but let Hit Boy produce it. Yes, and I know, and selfishly put Nas on there. That would be crazy right there. Yeah. That would be crazy. Come on, man.
Has De La Soul and LL ever collabed?
Not that I can remember. We need the connoisseur for that one.
Yeah, that's something that Marquis be like, well, actually, there was a mixtape in 1992.
He's like, you know what? In 1955,
But I'm really excited about this album, man. But moving into the next topic, this kind of piggybacks off something me and you talked about. We kind of talked about what it meant more and what we do in podcasting. But the thing that got me putting this on the list is that I don't know if you saw it or not, but Meek Mill posted a song that was made by AI of his dad rapping, And it was just like, all right, we getting too far, bro. We getting too far.
Yeah.
And Timbaland's been on this thing literally almost since me and you did that last episode. Timbaland all last week has been on this thing of talking about AI and people need to embrace it. How do you really feel about AI in music, right? Like, does it take away from the artistry? Does it take it away? The thing that I think of too is that while some of these AI songs, I can't deny, they sound kind of fire, but outside of the artist not actually doing it, it's too technical. Like, I don't know, bro. I have my issues with the overabundance of AI in music. What about you?
It's like Rob Zombie and his own version of Michael Myers. Like, it's not a part of the original timeline. You know what I mean? Like, it started and it's not real. You know what I mean? Like this actual person that you're talking about, because they're not, and that's why we love them the most. That's why we appreciate them the most, is because we got what we got from them while they was here. And that was it. Because I didn't really appreciate how they would flip old verses. They would put their old verses over new beats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't like it. I really don't. I think they could. I think it's a dope invention. Don't get me wrong, but it's false though. It's not real. It's not rich. You know what I'm saying? Because people are going to try to use this to monetize off of that.
Exactly.
And that's not their thought process. You could put out a verse and you could have Nip with Kobe introducing the track in the beginning and Mac Miller the whole nine, but that's not them really saying it. They wouldn't have said it that way. It's just a cadence.
Yeah. And I think the one that Timbaland posted with Big on, and he, Tim saying, I always wanted to work with this guy, never got to. Like, even it's so artificial, bro. And I wonder if like my brain would think the same thing if I didn't know if it was AI, but like it doesn't have the liveliness to it. Like Big was a lively rapper, bro. He was bigger than life. And like, while like you said, it had the cadence, it even sounded like his voice. To me, I heard that track and I'm like, if Big actually attacked this track, it wouldn't have been anything like this.
And people don't talk about the little things that make the song, like the ad libs. You don't know where Big would have said those ad libs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like,
you
don't know where Puff would have put those ad libs. You know what I mean? So I don't like I don't like it. Take it back. I don't like it. I don't.
Yeah, it's just like, bro, I worry about the future, bro. Like, because while me and you have that reverence for that era of hip hop and we want the liveliness, we want the non-artificial. To me, we live in a world now where we've talked about it so much. You coined this, at least the first I heard it. It's microwave music, right? Everybody wants the thing, that instant thing. And so I worry that these new artists that don't have that same reverence, they're just gonna hear a track, be like, yeah, that's fire. Go ahead and put it out, put my name on it. Like it's a dangerous place, man.
And you're not, and if those voices get into the wrong hands and you start hearing these vintage voices over drill beats, the newer generation wouldn't understand what that voice meant to us to begin with.
That's a fact.
You're getting drill music version. I'm not taking anything away. I'm not saying that they wouldn't be able to do it, or I'm not even saying that they would like to do it. But this, these are artists that we lost at the beginning of the mid 90s, mid to late 90s. Rap was different back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The way they laced their bars, the way they laid their bars, the way they made their tracks were different. So to put them over some of this new heat that they call, it's not the same. It's not real. All y'all doing is taking the cadence and the sound and flipping it.
Yeah. And so it's going to be interesting to see how this AI thing continues to develop. And the thing that's scary about it is that I think people don't realize this. Like, the more we use the whole point of like Chat GPT and the AI, like they learn as you go. So the more that people use it, the better it's going to get at emulating these things. And that just gets into a very dangerous place, bro.
Yeah. Why? It can spiral out of control. Don't be surprised that we start hearing, we got the B.R.E.A.K. podcast going on right now. Yeah. Yeah, because they already got AI generating full episodes for cats.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
Hey, I guess we'll see what the future does hold, man. We're getting closer and closer to Skynet. But moving on, we got to talk about this just because of how monumental it is. We don't know if it's officially going to be her last tour or not. Some people are saying it is, but Beyonce has started her Renaissance tour. And I don't know if you saw the videos from this, bro. This tour looks, I'm not even a huge Beyonce fan, but I can't deny the visuals. Bananas, bro.
Well, I mean, I did see a couple. I saw a couple of still shots. I only saw one video. Um, y'all thinking about the performance? I'm thinking about the tickets.
That's
Yeah, yeah, and
and
then I don't.
we can wait because she's gonna put out a Netflix special. It's coming.
That's a fact. Because she gonna eat from all sides.
Oh, for sure.
The thing is, will the official announcement come out?
That is her final tour.
Yeah, because that determines that's a different tax bracket. As soon as she says that,
Here's what I say, because with most of these big artists, they do a leg of their tour and then they announce that they're going to do a second leg. I think that's when she'll announce it's the final tour. I think she's going to get through the first few dates, and then they'll be like, it's successful. It's the biggest tour in the last decade, whatever they're going to say, and then they'll say, hey, we're announcing 10 more dates, and this is your last time to see Beyonce live. That's what I think is going to happen.
Where does she end her tour? What city?
It has to end in Houston, right?
Yeah, I would think so. I would think so.
Or Beyonce's big enough. Does she end it at the Garden?
I would. My number one pick would have been New York.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let me see if I can find the dates and where the locations they already have.
She's I wonder how old is Beyonce around this time now.
Beyonce got to be in her 40s now, right?
I know we're around the same age somewhere. We got to be.
So all right, here we go. So the dates. So this tour is slated to go all the way until, they got dates all the way through September. And the last date on it is the Superdome in New Orleans. The second to last is Houston. She has two dates in Houston.
Oh, those are right next to each other. So not that far away. Okay. All right. Makes sense. Y'all better start saving up that bread.
Yeah, you got to, because that's wild, bro. Like, shout out to Beyonce and her career, man, and just what she's meant to music and everything that she, like, when you look at like how young she was when she got started with Destiny's Child to now, and like becoming the largest probably the largest artist in a lifetime, bro. Like it's crazy. She's 41 years old, Beyonce.
Okay, she got me about a year. I would say, how do they? I mean, because at some point, like, when do you just enjoy your career? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's the struggle with Rihanna right now.
That she did this through having 3 children because of the twins. Mm-hmm. Like, and yeah, she took some time off, but like Beyonce's literally been at this, bro, since when did Destiny's Child debut? Like 96?
Somewhere around there.
That's crazy, bro. So
yeah. I wonder if this is one of those things where it's like, I'm finally about to just, not to say that she hasn't been living life, but you're always going to have that. People are going to ask you, when's the next this, when's the next that, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think now people are starting to realize that, people just want to live their life now.
Yeah, at some point you got to just sit back and enjoy your accomplishments, man. And she deserves it. Her and Jay deserve it. And so, if it gets to that time, let them do it and let her ride off into the sunset. She's accomplished more than what 99% of the world will ever accomplish.
Yeah, I think Jay has, because I don't get that much from her. I'm not the biggest fan, but I see her husband doing it a lot. I think Jay still has, I wouldn't even call it an ego, but that itch. It's like, being in a part of hip hop and you hear a certain beat or you hear a certain artist and it's like, man, I want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not sure if that's the same when it comes to R&B.
Yeah.
Or pop.
Yeah, well, hey, we'll see, man. And we'll talk about it if that special is coming on Netflix. It's coming. Or I think the last one she did, she actually did a debut on Hulu. So, yeah, maybe it's there. Who knows? But either way, a special is going to come by the end of this. And that's probably when I'll be watching, because those tickets, bro, I got to pay rent. So we're gonna go ahead and move on from that to somebody who is starting to grow as a legend. We've been on this artist. You put me on this artist. Victoria Monet dropped a new album, and people are saying that she's finally starting to get the rightful attention that she deserves. We're gonna talk about one of the tracks from that album, but overall, bro, like since you were one of the people I first knew on the Victoria Monet train, how do you feel about her growth as an artist and everything she's been through?
I'm scared and I'm proud of her
Why
because
scared?
again, when you know this personally, everybody who digs into the crates and you find an artist and you know that there's not a lot of people following that particular artist. Once that artist gets to a certain spot, sometimes they don't continue to make that same type of music.
That's a fact.
You know, like when I thought I was one of the first ones who got on to LMA. You know what I mean? Where she was just sitting in her window playing her guitar, singing her music. I'm like, damn, I love her voice. And then same thing with Victoria Monet. I listened to that Jaguar album. I'm like, no skips, none. And now it's like, but she's getting the respect that she deserves. The thing is, when that artist gets to that level, we start talking about endorsements. We talking about all kind of stuff that's going to propel her to the, maybe she won't get to Beyonce level, but what if she does? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I mean, I just hope that she continues to make the music that I like. I'm selfishly going to say that. and the track that she just put out, yeah, I'm holding that one until I go to Jamaica this year.
Talking about the Party Girls one that we about to review?
Yeah.
Yeah, that album, bro. That bro. Soon as I heard that track, I was like, yeah, we got me and Barely got to talk about this one, bro.
She be all over the place. Like she knows how she gets it though. Like her feature game is crazy too.
She never has a bad feature. She always proceeds. I don't know if it's her or her management, whatever. They pick the right track for who they pick on every one of her features, bro. Every one of her features. And I think also one thing that is underrated. I know that doesn't make the music any better, but every visual she's had, she doesn't come out with a lot of them, have all been dope as well.
Oh man, let me tell you,
that's a different. That's not what I was meaning, but you're still right on that one. But yeah, just an amazing artist, and this song with Party Girls featuring Banju Button, like just an amazing track. Like I mean, and it feels like summer, right? We're going in. This is the perfect track for right now.
It's a summer track. You'll get you a fruit bowl. Go find you a little hamper and just relax to that. Go get in some water to that. And you know what? And you know what it sounds like? I swear to God, it sounds like Rihanna should have been on that.
Bro, a remix with Rihanna would be crazy right now, bro. Like on that. Yeah, that definitely feels like a track Rihanna. And the thing too about Victoria Monet, she doesn't write all of her own songs, which I don't think nobody in R&B does. Beyonce doesn't. But she does write a lot of her own songs, and that you have to give credit to, because there are a lot of amazing artists who do amazing vocals, visuals, all that, but they pen game ain't that tight. Victoria Monet's pen game is dope.
Yep. Yeah. She next up, man. She next up.
Yeah, let's hope so, bro. All right, moving on to a track that was released, that leak. This is an old track. We heard snippets of this, but officially, well, not officially, leaked out in full now. Kendrick Lamar, Dr. Dre, Pyrex. How'd you feel about this one?
Nothing. Look, I'm going to say, as a fan of Kendrick, it was nothing special. It was just the fact that we got to hear. I don't know if the song was constructed that way purposely, or we just got the insight. We basically got the insight on him trying to craft that track together. But honestly, I didn't take anything musically away from it. What I took away from it is that something like this that stops the world for a split second, because they want something. They want something from a particular artist. So whatever we could get, even if it came out 8 years ago, we gonna grasp onto it because we never heard it, and it still feels like it's new.
Yeah, definitely.
And the fact that you pair them together like that, if you see a headline and it says Kendrick Lamar, Dr. Dre, you're automatically going to see what that's about.
Well, yeah, and you like they have a certain level of quality from a Kendrick and Dr. Dre track that you just expect when you see their names together, and they never miss on that. And, even though this was an older track, and I think this also, as somebody who, like, you see where Kendrick is now with his last album with the Big Steppers, like, this reminded you of just how Kendrick has grown as an artist and how he was already in a great place. But, like, he's gone from a great rapper to a great artist without losing the integrity of the music that he makes. And that, listening to this track today just reminded me of that journey, and it honestly made me want to dig back into the tracks. For the first time in a long time, I went and listened to Section 8. Like, I haven't listened to that. I haven't listened to that album in full for probably about 3 years. But listening to this made me want to go back and listen to where it all began at with Kendrick. And so it's the music is special that way, bro. Music is so special that way.
Yeah, like you said, that going back, you hear where he was at in his life or in his career. That's like Kobe wearing number 8, and then you fast forward, he's wearing 24. You know what I mean? They almost put up similar numbers, but there's a vast difference in how they approach the game. You know what I mean?
For sure. So, hey, listen, go and listen to this track, Kendrick Lamar and Dr. Dre, Pyrex, if you guys haven't. If you want to hear some vintage Kendrick, because that's just what it puts you in the mind on, go and listen to that as well. But now we got to talk about one of my favorite shows and the way that it ended. We got to talk about the last episode of Power, brother.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
So, the way that I won't lie to you, this episode to me for a long time, probably for about the first 25 minutes, kind of felt like it was going to be a filler episode. And then the probably the last 20 minutes of the episode is when all these different storylines started revving up. Once Tyreek called Effie and asked if she would move the drugs, and you kind of saw where that was going to go. It picked up. Every storyline started picking up around that same time. But then to end, and we said this on the last episode, to end this episode with the death of Sax. By the way, spoiler warning for anyone. And I said it. I said that they gave us the death of Sax. If they would have gave this to us 3 years ago, I would have been celebrating. I would have been like, finally, they got that motherfucker. But even though they try to get back to him kind of being conniving in this one, I feel like because they didn't want us to like miss him once he got shot. But still, the growth of Sax as a character, I do not want to go overlooked. And while I wasn't as sad as I thought I was going to be, if they would have killed him after the episode where he told Effie, no, Tyreek loves you, it would have been a completely different feeling. I would have been very sad about it at that point. But like, just Sax as a character has meant so much to the Power universe. And yeah, at times he was the villain we love to hate. At times we kind of rooted for him, but we just didn't want to see our favorite characters go to jail because of him. But to see him die in that way, and how that whole storyline with Method Man's brother went, great writing to me, bro. Great writing.
Yeah, because they tied it up into a way where he wasn't going to get out of that. You know what I mean? The fact that his brother knew he was going to die, and he was like, you know what? I'm about to just kill 2 birds with 1 stone, which he literally did. But I'm with you though, because if we're talking about 2-3 seasons ago, I'm doing cartwheels in the living room. Y'all finally got him. But this one was like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna say I was sad, but it was more like, dang, they finally got him. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Like they got him. And I seen the support and the love and the surprise online. He got a lot of love, man, because he played that character well. You know, you gotta salute him for that one, because he was like, it's like if I had to compare him to a cartoon character, he's like a weasel. You know what I mean? Like a chameleon, like on Monsters, that little weasel chameleon that used to, that's him. Because like, how you pop up to the gravesite that fast? How you know he was going there?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, shout out to Sax, man. And he told her before he left, he said, "You dirty bitch."
Yeah, that's basically exactly what he said. You dirty low down bitch. You. Which I'm glad Sax.
You see me over here changing my life.
Exactly. Like, and it's the funny thing is too, is that I really do feel like had Sax not thought initially that they killed Lauren, I don't think he would have turned on Method Man.
Probably not.
And so like it's just like this. Just see how that whole situation went with him. That it ultimately ends with him losing his life. And honestly, the chick, I always forget the chick's name, is more conniving than he ever was. I mean, I say ever, because Saxton did some shit, especially season 4 of Power. That man did some shit.
Yeah, he Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but for her to match that, and even for him, for Sax of all people to be disgusted at a character is crazy to me, bro.
Yeah,
like that's how you know somebody fucking up. Like that's crazy.
He was definitely calling that pot black.
Exactly. But all right, with what do you got? Where do you feel everything's gonna go? This it started off with Diana being arrested. End up switching to Effie. They think they got Effie. They let her go. They end up arresting her again at the end of the episode. Do you think Effie gets out of this, or do you think she's actually going to go to jail?
I think Effie might die.
You think Effie might die? Oh.
I think Effie might die, and I think Tyreek might kill her.
Do you think that that's what sets Kane and Tyreek actually against each other? Because it always seems
jealousy is already there. You've seen it. You've seen it when Tyreek was sitting at the table. You've seen it
for sure. And I think it's there with Kane too. Like honestly, I don't think Kane would have pursued Effie if it wasn't for her fucking with Tariq at one point in time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So, it's like I feel like it's naturally going on a collision course between those two, and it's not going to come this season. That may be a next season thing, but where that ends up going, because right now Kane is the person that everybody's afraid to go against. Everyone talks shit to him.
It's looking like I don't know if I'm trying to think like for 50 or not, but it's looking like Kane might be the next one up. I think Kane can carry his own show because we had doubts about Tyreek, and Tyreek has done a phenomenal job.
I was thinking that too, because you know with the Power Universe they're always looking at spinoffs. I really do think it's going to get to a point where Monet picks Tyreek and Drew over Kane, and Kane leaves and gets his own spinoff.
Yeah, I think 50. Come on, 50 and LL, y'all gotta holler at us, bro. Put me at the table. I'm not on strike right now, but y'all need to pay the writers though.
Pay the writers, absolutely.
Pay the writers. But no, I think the jealousy seeps in. I think it's one of those things where they might write it in where he's trying to act like he's not, but I think that plays in the fact because I think Kane really likes her, like has feelings.
I think he does too. Yeah.
And I think it's because of what she can do as far as the business side as well.
Absolutely. Where do you think it's gonna go with Drew's ex's family? I always forget their name. It's not the Tejadas. That was their dad. That's their name. But now that they're looking at Drew, because they were looking for their brother and son, and they see Drew, on YouTube crying about him being gone. Do you think this sets the families up? Do you think that's the next major storyline? Is the Tejadas versus the other family? Because we always get in Power, we get these storylines that pop up, and it seems like it's going to be big, but then they actually kind of get resolved in 1 or 2 episodes. Do you think that's the way it's going to go, or do you think that they are setting up the next thread for next season, possibly between that?
Man, I got 2 things. Either the families are going to cancel each other out. That leaves Kane remaining. That way he can have his own spinoff with no strings attached.
Okay.
Or let's just say his brother does make it. I can see it. I don't know why I'm thinking this way, but I can see him taking his own mom out.
Yeah, and that's another thing too, because we still got.
Remember,
she forgot that she killed the dad. They still got to find that out too. So yeah, that may be what sends them. Hey, it's gonna be real interesting, bro. We only got 2 episodes left this season.
And let's not forget about the Russians.
Oh yeah, we can't forget about the Russians either. But I mean, I think they smoothed it out with the Russians, right?
Did they?
Yeah, because remember they pinned it on old boy that they killed from the wood
in the shower. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all settled. But yeah, that's crazy, bro. Like wherever, there's so many threads right now. We got 2 episodes left this season, man. I can't wait to see how it ends. But here's the thing that I'm starting to hope, bro. I hope wherever book 2 ends in Power, I know he's done some fucked up shit. I know it. But because Ghost didn't get away, I really hope that it ends up with Tyreek. Whenever they end, I don't know how many seasons ago, ends up with Tyreek getting out and going somewhere, bro.
What is really getting out though? Because it seemed like who is this other group of drug dealers just keep popping up?
Yeah, that's true too.
And this time it wasn't even on him. He just he just happened to. I mean, at least look, you always gonna stay employed, I guess.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's just you got your deadlines a little bit more harsher than everybody else's in America.
That's a fact. That's
and
crazy,
they will find you, and they can't find you. They know exactly where your mama, your grandma, and your other sister stay.
Well, do they know? Because he got his family in hiding. They don't know where Tariq's family stay, right?
leave it up to the writers, they gonna find them.
That's a fact. That's
Because
a fact.
you want to talk about niggas popping up. They popping up everywhere.
Bro, that
at the
they
train
know
station.
everything. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. They gotta kill him by the end of the season too. That because the way he be talking to them, man, it's like, come on, bro. But before we go, we usually end on your segment, Baylor. What you got for us before we get up out of here today, brother?
Oh man, nothing. I'm looking forward to the summer. My question is there are artists out there that you are looking forward to hearing in the summer? Whether it's R&B or hip hop. I'll start first. I'm going to stay local and shout out to Mary because under her watch, I was able to meet this artist. But again, I got to stay biased to my backyard. From Carson, I'm going with Jason Cash. I said when I sent you his album last year, and I said this was you can throw this on at a barbecue. You can throw this on all summer. I tweeted him out. I was like, man, it's a lot of pressure, but I'm gonna need something. Him, Airplane James, Nana. I'm gonna need something for the summer.
We need Nana every summer. We need something from Nana. Isn't Ab-Soul supposed to come out with something this summer?
But he has a certain type of. We treat him different. You know what I'm saying? Sure. It's kind of like the elderly person that's in the attic with the TV on. We slide his food under the door. That's how we treat him. But as far as these other youngsters and stuff like that, it's a lot of pressure. I need Jason Cash to switch from that number 8 to that number 24. It's time.
That's facts. Here's what I don't know if he's coming out with an album. I know I'm kind of staying with Top Dog Entertainment, but I'm ready for another Sir album.
Okay. I like that one.
I could use another Sir album. So
in the summer. For the summer?
Yeah, for the summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. I like that one.
Yeah. If it's him or not I don't want another Silk Sonic album, but Anderson .Paak. We can use another Anderson .Paak album.
Hey, we staying heavy on the West Coast today, baby.
Bro, you know me. Summer, I'm in my West Coast bag all summer, bro.
Yeah, I could dig it. I could dig it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to tag all them on Twitter. Absolutely.
For sure. But yeah, Nana need to come out with another one, bro, because there hasn't been a Nana album that's missed for me yet.
Yeah. So. That's how I feel about Jason Cash and Airplane James. Oh man, yeah, I got some talking to do.
Absolutely, like Griselda, bro. Like there, is it what's I Gonna think supposed to come out with an album, but like Griselda ain't summer music for me. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna listen to it. It's gonna be dope. The production's gonna be amazing.
You could play it in the summer, but it's not for the summer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, man. Hey, that's it, man. Baylor, go ahead and tell them where they can find you before we get up out of here, brother.
At Baylorism on Twitter, at Baylorism on TikTok, Baylor the Great on IG, BTG for President, Open Run with BTG, part of the Red Sonnets Network.
Absolutely. You can follow me at CEO Haize, the CEO Haize. You can follow us collectively at The B.R.E.A.K.S Radio. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, thebreaksradio@gmail.com. And then lastly, you can leave us a text message and or voicemail. The number to do so, 614-547-2039. We are the number one spot for everything hip-hop and black culture related. And we out this week. Peace, y'all.
Peace.